I coded a Kenshi-inspired RPG fan game in 3 days with no prior coding experience or knowledge. There's a few things that don't work as intended, but the game works, and you can play it now in the link in the description. All you've got to do is go to the GitHub in the description and download the folder. Unzip the folder and make sure you have Python installed on your computer and run the main.py file. It includes an RPG system, which uses energy and other mechanics to do battle. It plays a lot like a roguelike sort of swords and sandals permadeath type game, where essentially you land in the hub at level 1 and you need to escape the hub with a caravan to get to Flats Lagoon. You got a whole city that I created to interact with, which is based off of the hub. There's some different NPCs in the world to meet, as well as a lot of world building dialogue that I've added in. The game is pretty straightforward, but honestly I think it is really cool. It only took me, like I said, 3 days to create this, and I had no prior coding knowledge or experience really. If you want to play this game, you can interact in my Discord as well to send your screenshot of what your playthrough was like, as well as send any bugs or exploits that you find so we can help fix the game. You're gonna find a lot of cool things in this game, not only exploits of course, but you're gonna find Easter eggs and beak things. I mean, 3 days is still small, but I thought this would only take me 3 hours to make. And let me explain why. So originally from the beginning, you know, I'm thinking I'm a pretty poppin' YouTuber, I'm the coolest guy I know, I'm smoking hash, and I'm trying to figure out what's gonna be the next video idea that we focus on. And then I find this video while scrolling on YouTube. It's a video by a creator named Wes Roth, and it popped up about ChatDev. Now, ChatDev is a new software that uses AI, and it creates a work team that can actually make programs and handle different tasks for you. It costs a few cents up to $1 to get it working, so I put $5 onto ChatGPT and I started to go with it. It's been able to make a lot of simple things like Flappy Bird and calculators, so I figured, well, it could probably make a text-based RPG game, right? I figured it'd be simple enough, and after all, I don't have many skills when it comes to art or design. I mean, other than Photoshop, I'm not really good at art at all, so that would be a whole new thing to learn. At very least though, I figured I could probably take a look at the code if I can get the game to work if it just gave me some basic stuff. So I got to work on an outline. I came up with a simple statement. I asked it to make me a simple Kenshi text-based RPG game with a few parameters, and then ChatDev got to work, or at least it looked like it did. It looked really cool. All these things are going by, it's looking like I'm a hacker master, but the first couple versions I got were awful. I mean, there just wasn't much code put into it. It didn't work together, or if it did work, you just load up into a world and there was literally nothing to do there. So I went, okay, that kind of blows. That's not really as cool as I expected. So how about I decide how to program more AI workers? I figured right now we only have a simple team on ChatDev, you know, 4 to 5 different AIs trying to program this. So I spent a few hours watching videos and I actually figured out how to program new AIs into ChatDev, but of course, this did not really help, as the versions I was getting back were still pretty awful. I mean, like, really bad. I got one of them to give me back a version with some simple art, and it gave me 10 awful photos to use in the game. I'm a really big fan of this one. Had this one do art, which was supposed to be in the game. So you go, that's the attack button. That's our background right there. We got the, of course, the defeat screen. What the fuck is this? A nice enemy. You know, that one's not actually too bad. The enemy HP bar is another enemy is the enemy HP bar. I got like a switch controller for the item. You got a map. Huh, where's the treasure? Let me look. Of course, you got the player, or the Pyre Gator. What the fuck, man? And the player HP bar. This one, like, what is this, an Outbox joystick? And then, of course, the victory screen. It looks like my son's future baseball team. After this, I decided maybe I needed to make it more specific, so I wrote an entire page of details. Well, I didn't write it, you know, I copy and pasted it from ChatGPT based on what I wanted it to do, but yeah, wow, this version was shocking. What really made me upset was, like, it didn't work, but I could see the code it wrote. It definitely was on the right track. Like, it seemed like, okay, it does appear like it can pick up what Kenshi is. So after that, I had a new idea. Since I didn't think ChatDev would be able to create the game, what if I just did it myself? I mean, I'm already deep in. I might as well go deeper. So to end off day one, I started to look into how to code a text-based RPG game in Python. Of course, many videos popped up for me to learn coding, and in general, most people recommended to use ChatGPT to read, write, and optimize the code. Let me show you, I swear. Anyone, even you can make your own RPG video game world. So I opened up a new chat in ChatGPT and I asked it, help me design and code a text-based RPG game set in the world of Kenshi. I told it I was coding in Python and I'm using a program called Spyder to write the code. And really all you need to do is have a good outline and have an idea of what you want it to do for you. ChatGPT can help you a lot, and it basically gave me all the basic functions to get going and started. The first hour was amazing. I had an intro screen and I also had simple game mechanics set up, as well as a character creator, a stat system, leveling up. The world was starting to be built, there were some NPCs and some different locations. I couldn't believe what I had managed to put all together in just an hour. Like, it was shocking how fast you can come up with a proof of concept like this when using AI. But now, of course, I was going to run into a problem. The code was already broken, and unfortunately, I felt like I was getting ahead of myself. Like I said, I have no prior coding experience, and at this point, I didn't even really understand how to read or put together all of the code. So I figured an open world type of area game would be cool, but it's going to be really hard for me to do, and probably too difficult. So I decided to make the gameplay loop a little bit more simple and scale down my goal. So I restarted in the middle of day 2, and while my decision wouldn't stop my game from breaking all the time and me having to fight back and forth with AI to fix it, it would lead to a day and a half of me coding together this Kenshi RPG game which you guys are going to be able to play. I started from the ground up again, which wasn't as bad this time. Now I had a bit of an idea of how to like organize and separate the code, and because it's just text based, it's really not hard to troubleshoot. I mean, I'm not adding graphics in or anything, so realistically I could add in like 100 enemies in an hour. So now not only could I put together this entire game, but now I have like a basic understanding or knowledge of coding, or at least using Python, especially with using AI to help guide me. And with that, my skill set could now put together this version of the game. I would beta test it with a couple of my Discord mods. Shout out to Cena and Gray for helping me with that.
Yeah, there 4 times. And then I'll do the third one on the brothel. Wait, what? No!
Basically, the whole process of this is like bug testing. Every little feature I put in, I gotta bug test it to make sure it didn't break something else. But in the end, we were able to get this version up, and you can play the entire game without it breaking. You'll start in a hub, and your goal is to find the quickest way to get out of Flats Lagoon. With that, let's hop in and let's check out my Kenshi RPG text game. So this is it. This is the entire game, like, script I've spent days making. There's so much different stuff here. Like I said, you know, I started with the intro screen. There's game over, start game, etc. I have a separate intro screen, Py script, which it doesn't actually pull from. There's a lot of nonsense I've been dealing with, a lot of like copy and pasting back and forth and going insane. But so what you're essentially looking at is every definition, like say this one. This is an entire, like, part of a game. So this is Explore City. You can explore the city, you can talk to a city guard, you can visit the marketplace, you can visit the Shinobi Thieves, and those all go into a new one. So at the Shinobi Thieves, you can go to the Shinobi Thieves, and when you go there, you can spend 500 cats and get a level up. Now, I put in a bunch of, like, random systems, like mining ore. You can mine ore in the game in case you're broke. There's also a huge list of dialogue. Like if you're in a bar, you can go and sit and listen, and this will just pop up like a bunch of random dialogue that kind of helps build the world lore. So let's start. We open the main Py file, and here we are. In a post-apocalyptic wasteland, you find yourself amidst the ruins of a hub. Starting with nothing but the clothes on your back, your journey begins at level 1. Facing adversity, bandits, and countless challenges, you strive to go stronger, amass wealth, and gather resources. The ultimate goal? To become influential and affluent enough to join a caravan, leaving the hub's desolation behind and venturing to a prosperous new city. This is awesome, dude. This is next level content. I'm literally making a video on me playing a game that I made. Now, although it doesn't have graphics, and it's all text-based, that's kind of like the aesthetic charm to this game. As we're beginning the game now, we can create our name. Well, oh fuck, I put Krov. Okay, we're gonna be Krov for this one. We can also choose a race, which is really cool. So you got human, hiver, Shek, skeleton. They all start with like different stats. Now, when you first get them, you can either go right in off of checks like base default, or you can re-roll their stats. Let's see what re-roll does. Pretty shitty. We want strength to be as high as possible. So a little fun fact about this game, there's many like different gameplay things that don't exactly work intended, or they kind of like misled me to a different spot. Like, say, here, you know, it says your health and energy are 0, but it pops up as your race starting health and energy. So the only stats that get randomized are these ones. Oh wait, the reroll didn't even work. I'll try to fix that before I put it out there for you guys, okay? And from here, we can do a few things. We can talk to a city guard, which is sort of like my tutorial NPC kind of guy. He just tells you a bit about the world. You notice a nervous and jittery Hyver kid around 18 years old. Hello there, traveler. Do you need any assistance? Yeah, I'm really proud of this NPC, but he tells you a bit about the city, the local activities, as well as a bit about himself, which is pretty cool, I think. Other than that, you can go to the marketplace, and there's a few cool things, okay? You have a hash booth, which gives you 5 energy for 100 cats, and that's permanent. The junk weapons booth increases strength points by 1 to 3 for 100 cats, and the brothel booth, it increases your health by 20, but you have a 1 in 10 chance of catching Kenshi DD. So yeah, Kenshi DD is just an insta game over, like ends your game, you die. As you can see, there's a day and time mechanic, so let's go mine for ore. We mined for ore, we made 78 cats, and it's based off a random value from 20 to 80, and that used 50 of our energy, so we can go mine for ore again, but now we got no energy. So one of the things we can do is we can sleep on the streets, which gives us 20 energy back. And it doesn't cost anything to sleep on the streets. Now, if you notice, every action that we're doing, it's making time advance by 4 hours. So right now, we're on day 2. If we go to the bar, we talk to bartender. Let's get some whiskey. Whiskey's going to heal our energy and health both by 90, so that basically puts us back up almost at max. But now we're 4 hours advanced, so as you can see, that's kind of a part of it. If you're really broke, you can sleep on the streets, but it takes a long time, as you only get 20 energy per time, and you don't restore health. But if you go to the bar, you can spend a little bit of cats, and you can get energy way faster, with only having to spend 4 hours. So the essential, like, goal of the game in the high score aspect is trying to get this game, like, completed as soon as possible, like on the lowest day count or time count. Once you beat the game, you can be like, okay, it took me like 130 days or 200 days to beat the game. If I play it again, can I beat it faster with knowing what I know? Let's go and try and purchase a home. Now, we can't purchase a home right now, as you can see. Ah, hello, Shek. Interested in buying a home? Only 1,200 cats. And little things, let me just talk about little things, like, ah, hello, Shek. Before it used to say, ah, hello, human, and it just said that. So I had to change that to the actual race name that you pick for your character. Just really little specific things I had to implement and we figured out while bug testing. But there's still a lot of bugs in the game, okay? I'm just hoping the entire game like kind of works and doesn't break anymore as I try to fix it. Now we can explore the wilderness as well. We go and do that. As you can see, it costs 25 energy to go explore the wilderness, but we've encountered an enemy fogman. He has 8 strength and 60 health. So we have 3 different options. We can attack for 5 energy, and by doing that, we do 10 damage, and they do 1 damage. Fogmen are one of the weakest enemies I think I put in the game, and I put in some stuff like Leviathans and stronger enemies just to make it a bit more difficult, so you might have to use the second mechanic, which is Flee. So for 25 energy, you have a 1 in 2 chance, a 50% chance of fleeing. Really cool, you know, like Pokemon basically, just you can flee. You can decide to flee either halfway into battle, or you can try to flee last hit in, but if you don't flee, you might die. And there's also the rest mechanic, so if you rest in-game, that actually allows the enemy to attack you twice, but you restore 10 energy. So you don't want to go into battles with no energy. That's kind of like the idea of it. I'm really proud of this mechanic, trust me. So now let's fight this guy. So we're going to go through and fight him a few times, just attacking him. And once we defeat him, look, we earn 22 experience and we earned 6 cats. I don't know why it says after that you earn 6 cats and 12 experience when we ended up earning 12 cats. So I gotta change that too. I gotta add that to the bug list. Any bugs you guys find, you just gotta put in the Discord. Okay, I'm working on it. This is my first thing I ever put together. Now there's some other cool stuff like play Chewsticks. This is a fun. You approach a pick. Hey there, mate. Fancy a game of pull Chewsticks? Double your cats or lose them all, you slurs. I love pull Chewsticks. I was trying to figure out my own unique gamble mechanic I could put in. So we have 195 cats. Let's do it. 195. Oh, we're in the money, baby. Now, one of the first things you can try to do in the game is buy a home, which costs 1,200 cats. The reason why you'd want to buy a home is that, say when you go mining, okay, we're out of energy now, so we gotta go sleep on the streets, or we go to the bar, and we talk to bartender, and we go and get whiskey. That takes a little bit. Few inputs, you know? But if you end up buying a house, it's really easy to just go back and forth between sleeping at the house and mining. And theoretically, the player could just mine like this, you know, until they get all the way up to 20,000 cats and then go with a caravan. But I've implemented boss battles and very difficult enemies so that you're going to have to be really strong to beat this game. In reality, it isn't like hard or impossible, it's just you gotta kind of figure out a few things as you're playing it. So now we have 1,294 cats. Let's go purchase a home. Hello, would you like to purchase a home? So he gives us the option now, and we can say yes to that, to which now we can rest at home. It changes the option from purchase to rest. That was a big thing I had to work on for like an hour. But look at that, you restore back to max value. So we can just do that now. We can mine twice, sleep, mine twice, sleep, mine twice, sleep. But it's getting really boring, okay? We're gonna wanna try to get strong soon. So I'm gonna do this a few more times. And now I have 1,538 cats. I've been mining for a little bit. We can go explore the city. I'm gonna go to the Shinobi Thieves, and I'm gonna ask for training, which is gonna cost 500 cats. This is gonna give me a permanent level up. And if we go check our stats now, you can see we've got 20 more health, we've got 5 more energy, and we gained a bit of strength. Now, for some reason, the strength value only adds to the min value and not the max. So it still works, but essentially if you go to Marketplace and then you go and buy some junk weapons, you gain 3 strength points. We can go back to City, and we can see now our strength is at 17 out of 17. So you're going to need weapons just in order to increase your strength level so you don't get too OP from leveling without, you know, not equipping anything. I wanted to put items in the game, but yeah, it's just so difficult. I really wanted to make this like a roguelike kind of swords and sandals inspired-esque project. But we can go and buy a bunch of weapons, which is going to give us a lot more strength. Now we're at 37 strength. So let's rest at our home, and then let's go explore the wilderness. We've encountered a sun guard, so this is one of like a little bit stronger enemies. He has a bit more health. But we attack him and we hit for 30 damage now. Yeah, that's really good. We end up killing him, and then we're moving on. Every 100 experience, you level up as well. So now that we're a bit stronger, it's a bit easier for us to just go into battles and wipe people out. We still get tired, so we're going to rest at home every now and then. Now I'm going to go and I'm buying some more strength upgrades before we go out and do this next thing. Because we're still not done. We still got more mechanics to discover in the game. If you press 7 and you go to buy a bounty map, you can find a shady looking Shek who sells unique bounty maps. Now, if you ask him about the bounties, he explains that basically you get a high cats reward for completing bounties. I have it set for some reason so you don't get cats or experience from the enemy drops, but you do afterwards get like a really high cat reward for completing it. So let's go and buy a regular bounty map for the Dust King Tower for 100 cats, and that's going to lead into a little bit of dialogue. As you venture deeper into the wilderness, you come across an eerie camp. We get to the Dust King's stronghold, and then we're preparing for battle. So we have to fight 2 Dust Bandit guards who are guarding the tower, followed by the Dust King. So let's go. We'll attack him once, and oh, we almost one-hit him. So there we go. We kill him, and now we're on to the Dust King. Dust King's got 140 health, and he's also got 14 strength. So he's not too hard, but he will kill a standard level 1. Now, bounties are replayable. I want to add in something into the dialogue saying like, oh, when you kill one, another pops up, so just keep on doing them. That's okay, as if we go to the city marketplace and get some junk weapons, we become a lot stronger. Now, let's go rest at home. And you see, we have enough energy now that we can actually mine 3 times in a row if we really want to. But we're kind of getting to the point in the game where we're pretty strong. 100 strength, 260 health, and it can go up even higher from here. So let's go buy a bounty map, and let's buy a special bounty map this time for the Red Sabers hideout. So we get here, and we have to fight some Red Sabers first. If we attack them, we instantly kill them. That's great. So we're one-hitting all the Red Sabers, and then we get to the boss. Now, the boss, he hits us for 32 damage, and we hit him for 73. So he's still pretty strong, and we definitely can't do the battle twice right now, but we can do it once, and that gives us 2,500 cats for defeating him. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through the cycle of trying to do this red saber bounty a few times. After a few times, we now have 6,500 cats. I want to go back to the city, and I want to invest in a bunch of levels from the shinobi thieves. There we go, I just about like doubled our level count, and look at that, now we got a lot more health. And we can now even just one hit the Dust King, which is now like so fast and efficient, it's like, you can just like automatically do it. Now, we're out of energy, that's the one thing that you gotta kind of like keep track of too, so like you can't just like automatically loop it. And now we got 315 strength, we're almost to where I want to be to try and escape the hub. At very least, we can try and go to do the legendary bounty map now, and that's the Bugmaster's lair. Let's go do the legendary bounty map for 2,500 cats. And here we go, we're at the Bugmaster's lair, and we're approached by some skin spiders. Now, they have 100 health each, so they're not too bad to deal with. And the Bugmaster has 480 health. So we're going to attack him once. We actually do 275. So we're going to 2-hit him, but he's also going to hit us for 42 damage. And there we go. We've been awarded a whopping 5,000 cats for beating the Bugmaster. And now, after doing the Bugmaster one, we have 20,000 cats. I'm going to try to go and explore the city, and we're going to invest in ourselves a little bit more before we leave. So we're now on day 49. I think I'm about ready to go and join the caravan. Let's go ask to join the caravan. Do you want to join for 20,000 cats? This is a dangerous route, but it's the only one. With our protection, you might arrive safely. Yes, let's go. Aw, man. Aw, that fucking sucks ass. And like I said, really, it's not too hard. Like, I gave it the code there. It gave me an answer back. And I want to ask it to give me a test race. So I just asked it to, you know, give me like a god race, give me like a debugs kind of test race. So there's going to be test race now, and I can always revert back to the old one. And as you can see, the normal characters have pretty decent stats, and this guy's just like 99999999999. And then in order to implement that, so I'm going to go, this is define character creation. That's the kind of code it gave me back. So I'm going to go find my define character creation, which is right here. And boom, let's fix the game. So right there, you know, it updated my character creation, but it did not update my choose race. So I'm going to give it the choose race code there. I'm going to say, what the heck? What the hey, bro? Fix this so I can choose the test race. And then I'm going to give it that code. And let's see. My apologies for the oversight. Okay, sweet. So we got it now. So now in our choose race, there should be a fifth option. Here we go, let's be the test race. Yeah, let's go with this. So we got maxed out stats. Let's go try to join the caravan. And, oh, okay, let's see. Press yes. And, yeah, the game still crashes. So I'm going to have to take this error, and I'm going to have to run it through ChatGPT, and I'll be right back. It's been like an hour of coding, but we did it, boys. Let me show you what we're dealing with. So you go to main. I'm going to take out this test one, but this is how you beat the game. You're going to go join the caravan for Flats Lagoons. You're going to hit yes. And then after you beat all of the NPCs there, you get the final message. There's nothing really saying the dialogue that I had before. I guess that got taken out in the middle of it, so I'm going to add some stuff. You travel with the remaining caravan survivors and reach Flats Lagoon. And there, wow. We finally got a working version of this. This is the good version. So this is the one you guys are going to get. If you find any bug fixes or things that I couldn't find, then you can put that in the Discord. You can interact with the Discord. You can share your leaderboard and high score there. I thought this was a pretty cool project, especially for only like a few days of work. It's really interesting, and I learned a lot. I definitely would love to spend a lot more time on this. I just don't really have the time. So let me know if you guys really enjoy this. If I get enough support for it, maybe we'll do another project similar. Anyways, though, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.